In years past, you brought this man low, foiled his plot to become a god. Now you stand before him once again. Sarevok Anchev.
Harper Worm, the abdicating hero. Your keen sense for this city has withered in your absence.
Sarevok, Baal's least favorite son. Still tied to Daddy's apron strings, I see.
Your face bears the marks of many years, Jaheira. Your wit, however, does not. You were never more to my father than a stinging insect. Irritating, but irrelevant. And yet, you still scrabble for his attention. You are unworthy of Baal's presence, let alone his trial. But for one purpose you are fit, indeed. You will make a fine offering to the Murder Lord.
Hello. How tempting.
Oi! Citizen! Get me out of here! Citizen, thank the gods you're here. As an officer of the law, I demand you free me at once. You! Free me at once! Release me, you ingrate! Get here and free me! Thanks for freeing me so quickly. I bid you good day, but it's been royally shite all round. You might not be finished. I am. It's plain to see that I'm well out of my depth here. You clearly have what I don't. Courage, insight, heroism. The city needs you. There's a Baal temple deep within the old Undercity that the cult is using. A century ago, it was destroyed by a group of heroic sorts. Let's hope history repeats itself, eh?
Mind who you call history, Hollyphant.
Very good. Now, let's talk and find that temple. This place is foul as piss. I'm out of here.
The Grand Harper, baptized in blood. What a sight to behold. I must admit, it brings me pleasure to baptize an unholy assassin in your presence, noble heroes.
Sarevok. Baal's least favorite son. Still tied to Daddy's apron strings?
No more than you are, Harper. For you have been reborn, and in our service are we united, Unholy Assassin. The noble Jaheira. Once more walking in Baal's bloody footsteps. You have brought traitors of Baal into our midst.
The history they share may be long gone, but the threat of violence between them is as fresh as newly spilled blood. Neither party will let the other walk out of here alive.
What purpose do you have in bringing this heretic to the court of Baal? Speak, or death will be your final word.
Sarevok once fancied himself Baal's chosen, until we put him in his place. Feel no shame for forgetting him. History shall do the same.
This one has long meddled in my affairs, and my father's.
Do not parley with this madman. Sarevok reclaimed his soul once, and he still traded it back to his father for a pat on the head. He has earned his second death even more than his first.
You speak of the past. I speak of the future. Well, aspirant, do the shades of yesterday speak for you too? There are two paths to the Temple of Baal. To carve your devotion into flesh, or to be the carcass that is carved upon.
You make promises that aren't yours to keep. Take care that their breaking does not break something more.
I know this one well. I have traveled in her company. Whatever else may be said of her, she answers to no one but herself. It seems there is some disagreement on who is master here.
Forgive the insolence, Master.
I never thought I'd see this. The Grand Harper, brought to her knees before me. The violence pleases Baal. The domination pleases me. Your slaves may stand, the better to bear witness. Or to be the...
You toss allies aside so easily. After everything? If you are so eager to join this worm, then may you both be buried here together.
This is a sacrifice my father has long lusted for. But it is not the giving of their lives that will please Baal. It is the taking. The Tribunal bears witness. Aspirant, do not disappoint us. A pleasing thing to see these stones stained with the blood of she who disgraced my father. Your offering pleases Lord Baal. Your words delight him. Enter the Dread Lord's abattoir and submit to his will. Interloper! There are two paths to the Temple of Baal. To carve your
You get to my age, you have already done everything. Be my guest.
And so the Grand Harper raises her weapons against Sarevok once more. Your hubris will be your undoing, as it was once mine. Only this time, you will fall, and Baal will have his offering by my hand.
Can it be Berlin herself reduced to a specter?
You took this spirit's life, and thus its voice. So, speak for it. How was this pitiable creature slain?
Reverence.
Behold, Father,
His most...
the Grand. I must admit,
We act with a purpose, Sarevok. Perhaps you have forgotten what that feels like.
you always were vulnerable to a grand narrative. Such weakness is common among heroes of your ilk. A word of advice, Unholy Assassin. Wrap your leash tighter about your slaves, lest their belligerence undoes you. It matters not. The Celestial is dead. The offering is made. The discards of history may yet find their true purpose in Baal's service.
Unholy Assassin does have a certain ring to it.
We've done what we came to do. And we're all of us sullied for it. Let us make it worth it. Nothing so grand. He was just another broken little ball spawn who tried to clamber to glory over the corpses of others. There was a time when he might have made more of himself. He was certainly given the chance after we threw him down, but he slunk back into his father's shadow instead. There is nothing more to say of him. It was Baal alone we faced in our time. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder? I've passed enough years that counting them is a waste of what remains. Which is to say, yes, I am that old.